Hi lovers, hi, how are you guys doing? Helma Daniel here. Welcome to my channel. This is a channel where we talk about productive stuffs, and channel where we pick up a thing or two, where we learn. We can never stop learning. Life is a journey and we are going to continue learning. We learn something today. Tomorrow we might have a different approach. We'll talk about it, but we are going to share what we know now. So this is my clove tea. When you boil it, it really gets this dark. It's very nice. So yeah, I'm gonna have it here while we talk, guys. Last week I came across something that I need us to discuss. It was a woman giving her experience with the in-laws, yeah? And I don't know why it is us women that are complaining a lot about in-laws, and men are not complaining. We don't know whether men are not having bad experiences with the in-law, or I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's because most of the time us women are the ones that gets married and then we move to the family of the husband. Maybe that is the reason why. But looking at this woman, or hearing this woman's story very well, it really got me thinking. We cannot be in a world until today where we are complaining about in-laws all the time, and we are not doing anything about it. Name. When I have been hearing personally, I'll talk about my personal experience or my personal observation. When I have been listening to how in-laws treats wife or wives, I sit back and go like, you know what? I do not want to experience what any of these things that women experience. And I'm going to share with you my tricks. Maybe they can work for you also. If they don't work for you, that's a different scenario. Maybe then you can apply something else. But this is what I thought. We grew up in a world where back then, if you get married, it does not matter whether you are working or not. You build your house together with your husband. When your husband dies, the husband's family comes and collect everything, from the cows to the cattle. It doesn't matter whether when you got married, you came with a few goats. They get everything. The cows, the goats, the things in the house. They didn't value children's like that. You and your kids, you go back to your mother's house, and then you go suffer there. When we were growing up, these are the stories that we've been hearing. That when you get married, and then your husband dies, the people just come and get things. It does not matter who bought the thing; they just pick. At that moment, this level of abuse and torture and everything, it made me think to myself, I don't ever want to experience that. So I told myself that I want to have my own things. As a woman, I want to have my own things. I don't want to be in a situation where people are coming to collect things, and I'm not even in a position of saying don't take, don't touch. And now that we came to town and we started understanding life better, I made a vow to myself. I'm not marrying in community of property, irregardless of who I get married to. You can be rich, you can be what, and this is the thing that drove me here. To say that if you die and I am with you, and your family comes and they are fighting for your things, I'm not going to fight for nobody's son's things. Your family will come, take what belongs to them, leave my things for me and my children to continue with life, rather than us having to walk away and suffering and crying while you are moving on with your life. However, things works differently now, because it looks like the law, and I really paid close attention to how laws protects offense. I think really honestly the law there, we must really, I think they've tried their level best to close the gaps, because the things that we have been hearing from the past, we are just like, oh no, thank you. I am not going to put my kids in this situation. Now we're in a different world, but still look at things and, want to, look at situations. When you look at situations and you wouldn't want to be in a situation, tell yourself that I will do things differently. Okay. Now, this is one thing that I have to tell you, my dear woman, is that when you are getting married, have your own things. It's very important to have your own things. It's very important to have your money. Ne? If you know that you don't have money and you want to get married nonetheless, be prepared that abuse will be there. Now find a way to cope within it, because people don't like these people. I don't think they value these people. They're not your people. They're not supposed to love you. They're not supposed to care for you. The only person that owes you love is the person you are married to. The rest of the people, they owe you nothing. They can like you or they cannot like you. Be prepared. These are not your family members. And also, when you are getting married, let me tell men first to say, dear men, learn to build homes for your wife and children. Ne? The more you understand that this is somebody that you love, you chose for yourself, your family didn't choose for you, your family doesn't love, they're still getting to know this person. And when you meet people, just like me in life, I meet people, if I don't like you, you are not going to be my friend. But if I like you, you are going to be my friend. How many people have we met for all these years that we have been here? But our friends are very limited. We filter. Ne? They also might not like you. You might just not be a person for them. They just don't like you for whatever reason. You don't always have to do something wrong for people not to like you. But people might just wake up and go like, oh, no, the woman you got for yourself, we don't like her, but she's yours. Ne? She's yours, but she's not, no, thank you. She's not the person that I would want to, be close to, but she's your person, I think it's about time we understand. Guys, let us be open-minded. Now, in such instances, have your own money. When you have your own money, things hit different. Build houses. Before you, if I knew what I know now, I bought my house before we got married. If you have your own money and you can buy a house, buy your house. We live in a world now where we are being told, if you buy a house first, no one is going to marry you. If you are driving, no one is going to marry you. Well, thank you. If I'm not going to be married, let it be. If somebody is going to come to me and marry me and they have their own things going, we are going to move to your house and I can rent out my house. Even if I die, I know I have something to fall onto. If you divorce me, I have. Okay. Then I have something to fall to. If let me say, for instance, now I am, or you don't want me anymore. Let me say, for instance, you don't want me anymore. Not, you know what? It's amazing how we women, when you enter into a marriage, sometimes you say, I will never divorce my husband. Divorce does not lie in your hands alone. Divorce lies in the hands of both the woman and both the men. If he decides tomorrow that I don't like you anymore, we are not vibing, and then he gets himself a different woman, what can you do about it? You cannot force a person to be in your life. You then go back to your house with your kids. And then you go like, okay, fine, we are not vibing, we don't understand each other. Let me go to my house. Your life still continues. We cannot live in a world where we give people so much power over our life to control it. Like, if you're not here, then I won't breathe. If you're not here, then my life is not moving forward. That is not the right way to do things. And also, if we enter marriages with the mentality that if it can happen to other women, it can happen to you. I when growing up, I've heard, I even saw this story of this other lady from our village. She was married. The husband works in the city, and the wife is at the village. And this man is in the city with a different woman. And when they got not divorced, but then when he retired, time to go back to the village, he went to chase that woman out of the village house, and then he went there with his wife. girlfriend, you know. Sometimes leave room for disappointments. In life, when you are walking, leave room for disappointments. Don't just walk with your head held up high like this can never be me, this can never happen to you. Walk with a plan. If this happens to me, where do I fall to? I have children. I'm in your house. You pay for this house. What if you decide to leave me tomorrow? Where do I go with my kids? You know, don't relax. Have your life in order. Ne? Sorry, I have to bring this here to say, let us stop entering marriage like you are going to honeymoon, like you are going to your family members. You are literally going to complete strangers. These people don't know you. These people don't love you. These people don't care about you. Yet you just enter there with your bags like you are going on holiday. Guys, let us wake up. Let us wake up. We cannot be in an era where we are complaining about in-laws. If people are complaining so much, what lessons do we take from their stories? Also, when you get married to the breadwinner, have your own money, have your own shit going. Because then when these people come and make noise for you, you know how to handle them. Because you've got your own things happening. Imagine you are married to a breadwinner. You have absolutely nothing. Here you are with your kids, and the people are angry because they feel you are chowing the son's money. They must come with your own things, and then you can say there must be money for you to take care of the house, and there must be money for him to still continue taking care of his people if he wants to, from his free money, you know. I personally, whenever I in a marriage or in a relationship where I am right now, I have money for responsibilities and I have money for myself. Where I can do my hair, I can do my nails, I can do my facials, I can do my body massage, I can take money for me. If something happens today, I can always go like, oh, let me quickly come in on my family side. Let me quickly come in and assist where I can. The only person that is going to take money from my pocket extra is my kids. Then I can say, okay, no guys, I don't have money. I'm helping out with my child's school or I'm taking care of my kids. But apart from that, I must have money. Apart from the responsibilities of the house, I must have money that is excess that I can use to use for other things. Then husbands must also, have excess money that they can also go and say, no, this money, let me buy food for the house where I'm coming from, I mean, guys, if you really married a breadwinner, be prepared. You can not marry the breadwinner. Now all of a sudden you are arrogant. No amount of money will leave here to a mother-in-law, and your mother-in-law is not working, and probably nobody is working. Who's going to take care of that woman? May we also not enter marriages with arrogant behaviors. Every time they're just being taken care of. You found that person taking care of those people. Can you meet up and find ways to grow yourselves without making the parents suffer? If my parents were not employed, I got lucky that I was born by both parents. They were employed and they take care of themselves until today. Though I cannot completely say that I cannot look home and go like, okay, let me assist you with this month. But I don't have that responsibility. But I do not want to think and believe that if my parents were not working, you can now marry me and I must not look home. I must not now look. We must understand each other's situations. Let us understand each other's situations at hand. Know who you are getting married to. We are not going to throw away our parents just because we got married. You cannot expect a whole man to throw away her parents, for her parents to not to have even food just because he's a married man, but he was the one providing. Of course, he have his own family now, but also look at where people are coming from. I think we must be fair enough, guys. I, as a woman, if my parents were not working in my marriage today, I would be responsible for making sure that either I am the one paying a nanny at home to take care of the parents if they are old enough, or I am sending them money every month. I would take that out of my salary. Hence, if your husband says, let me take this $2,000 just to send to my parents every month, the rest of the things we are still okay with the house, stop it, women. Stop complaining. I really need to talk to you to say that's the only way we are gonna be fair people. I'm not a person that believes in my husband, my kids, and I. No, I believe in an extended family. Ne? I believe in us extending our assistance to the next person. I believe if we are happy in this house, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my parents shouldn't be suffering. Where we can assist them, let us assist them. Let everybody be okay. We cannot just have that mentality of me, my child, and I. More especially if you did not find the guy with that mentality, don't force it on him. Because now you are putting him in a very difficult position. He loves his mother and he loves you. Don't put a man in a situation where he have to choose between you and his mother. It's not fair. I wouldn't want a man to put me in a position where I have to choose between my sisters and my parents and him. He's going to make me angry. I swear. He's going to make me very, very angry, and I'm going to be not a happy woman in his life. I want to be able to look back where I'm coming from and to move forward. If my sister needs help today, I must be able to grab her the help while I'm still moving forward. If my mother needs help today, I must be able to grab her the help and then while I move forward. Unfortunately, me, I'm very lucky. Both my sisters are working, both my parents are working. I don't have that life, but I do not want to imagine it. I do not want to imagine the life where I'm saying I have people that are not working that I need to take care of, you know? Like seriously, and you are telling me that I shouldn't take care of my parents. Stop it. It's not right. It's not right to do. Actually, I just have to drop that there to say that also let us not make life difficult for people, because sometimes we say people are difficult, but sometimes we are also creating room for people to be difficult. But let us go back to the topic. We are talking about the how to make sure that your in-laws don't have to like you, but just make your life easier. You know, if you have your own shit going, buy your own things. If you are going to be married to somebody who you are not working, know how to handle these things in a different way. You know, I'm not in a situation where I'm not having my shit together, so I cannot really speak for those people, but I know they can get advice elsewhere. But as in for me, I am for women, have your own money, have your own things. And before you get married, while you are busy preparing for marriage, learn to have places to call home. Even if it's in the village, look for okatonda kongenyo katonda kene, and then you can start building. And start building. Let the man start build. You don't get involved, because he might leave you and here we have built a home where another woman is going to be in. Don't do that. Let him build. You tell him that, baby, build. Ne? Take some of the money and build. Ne? So that when you go now to your house, or you can simply say, baby, we are going to get married for 2 years maximum. I'm going to stay by your parents' house while I go to work. I can visit there. But once we are done there, in those two years, we are putting money aside to go and build our own house. Even you, while you're getting married, start putting money aside to say, this money, I'm putting it aside so that one day, when I get married, it won't take us long in my parents-in-law's house for us to go and have our own place. You know, I keep telling men to say, and I told myself, before I got married, I told myself, I'm not even once, I'm not getting married to become a child in somebody else's home. I'm not leaving my parents' house to become a child in somebody else's house that I don't know. Because I don't know you. You just gave birth to my husband, but I don't know you. We are going to get to know each other in the process. Hence, I cannot come from my parents' house where I'm comfortable to come and live at your house. I'm not going to do that. Hence, I was like, no, I have to prepare myself. If I was to get married in the village, when I got married and I have a plot in the different town where I'm coming from that I'm busy building now, and I have a house. I couldn't imagine myself being married, and my brain was like, if I don't get a plot, I'm gonna look for a field somewhere else so that we move as fast as we can. I just feel life is much easier when you have your own things. And if we can have that mentality of saying, I'm gonna get married, I'm not going to get married to become a baby or somebody's child or to grow or to build in people's houses. I'm gonna become married to go and build my own stuff with my husband and children. That is much better. Let us have a different way of approach of looking at things, because we know ourselves. Like myself, I know myself. I know myself that I'm not going to stand abuse from anybody. And I do not want every day me and my mother-in-law and my parents-in-law, we are not understanding each other. No. If you know that you cannot stand abuse, prepare yourself for marriage. We cannot be entering marriage like you are going for holiday, like it's a thing that happens yesterday, like it's an accident. Prepare yourself while you are with your partner, while you are in a relationship. Prepare, even if he does not say, I will marry you, prepare for marriage already. In your brain, you know. So we are dating. I'm dating this guy. Okay? We are in a relationship. A relationship can only lead to two things: breakup or marriage, or together forever. Prepare yourself. Even if you break up, still prepare yourself for marriage, because your next partner, when he finds you, he must find you going. Ne? So what you do is that you prepare yourself. Start buying plots, start buying land, start buying. If you find a man who is well established, he's just gonna, meet you halfway. Then you continue with your life. Or the two of you come together, then you continue with your life. Don't be here chopping life. And this is one thing that we don't tell you. Ne? The moment you get a job, start working on the future already. If you can buy a house, buy it already. Start paying off extra on the bond so that you finish paying even within 10 years, you are done paying off that house. Rather than you having a loan for 20 years and here you are struggling. Start while you don't have a lot of responsibilities. Start so that when responsibility starts, you are living a good life. Ne? This is things that people don't tell us. When you are working, you are just busy chopping your money. Swak up here I come, what here I come, what here I come, just enjoying life. We are not saying don't enjoy life. We are just saying balance. Enjoy life while preparing for the future. Do not, and we don't tell you guys. People don't tell us these things. People don't tell. I've been well lucky to be focused even before marriage. I've been very, very focused. Ne? But for people that are not as focused as I am, you might not do so much. And then you find yourself in a situation where you are saying, no, he's abusing me. You are working, but you don't have anything. What do you use your money for? You cannot be sitting and just say, he must take care of me, he must take care of me. One day, the day where he will just wake up and say, you know what, I don't want you anymore. That is the day that you are going to find life difficult. And by that time, you have kids. You don't have a house. You don't have anywhere to go. You don't have a backup plan where to fall back on. So these things of you being abused by or in-laws mistreating you, can we find a solution to it? We cannot sit. Right now, I cannot sit and say my in-laws are abusing me, because I'm in my lane. I'm at my house with my husband. Nobody disturbs me. Nobody disturbs my peace. We are far from each other. We miss one another. If there's a party of a common party where we all meet, we go and meet there. How are you? How are you? Everybody is happy. Nobody is disturbing you because you are far away with your family. But if we were to live in the same house all together, then definitely we were going to be stepping on each other's toes. Why? We are different people, raised differently. We didn't grow up together. They don't have to like me, and I don't have to like them. But when you meet each other, it's better when you see people once in a while rather than you being in people's space all the time. You know, when people see you once in a while, they will miss you. Give people room to miss you also. You want to get along with strangers, but chances are very high where you are coming from at your family. There are people that you don't get along with. There are people that you are not liking one another with from your own family, yet you want to go and like complete strangers or be loved by complete strangers. Not everybody is for you. And the moment we start looking at life the way life should be, life is going to be better that way. Let us not walk into suffering knowing that I'm working towards suffering. No, make room, make provisions to say that I'm going to get married. I want a happy marriage. No, marriage have got its own challenges already. You do not want the outsiders' challenges affecting your marriage. You do not want, you are waking up and you are arguing about your in-laws. That's not it. However, there are those in-laws that are problematic. Yeah? That are problematic, that they can just look for you on your phone calls or look for you. Those ones, handle them differently. Those ones, deal with them. Like myself, I told myself that I'm not gonna, don't also be a person that causes drama. I'm not gonna cause dramas on anybody. I'm not gonna look for anybody. I'm not gonna walk around ruining anybody's peace. But if you ruin my peace, and I know perfectly well that you are ruining my peace, I'm gonna handle you directly. If you come to my house and cause havoc, I'm gonna put you to order. Very fast, very quickly, I will fetch you very fast, like yesterday. I'll call you to order. And if I cannot control your problems, I'll call the police. I am at that stage of my life where I'm like, I'm not going to let anybody disrespect me. I will call the police on you and I'll have you arrested very fast, or they can come and sort you out and get you out of my house. We cannot walk around knowing blindly you are walking in a marriage like you are walking. Hence they say, let us prepare for marriages, not a wedding day. If we can put that effort that we put in a wedding day, preparing for that one day, if we can put that effort in preparing for the marriage, we are going to be better. We are not saying if you prepare for marriage, your marriage is not going to break. We are not saying that's a remedy for keeping marriage forever. We are just saying, make your life easier. Work towards your happiness. Prepare yourself. So that now when you get married, you know you are going to be dealing with your husband and you as a wife's problems of marriages and your kids' problems, not outsiders. Not problems of you bought food, you put in the kitchen, the other people eat it up, or you see the person said this to you, you are not happy. Not those things, guys. Life itself is already challenging, and marriages, just like relationships, have its own challenges and problems that needs to be resolved. On top of these challenges and problems, which they are unknown to you because you are yet to meet them and you are yet to solve them, here you are dealing with things that can be resolved. Example, you and your husband, you go build your house, you live there alone. Now you are here stuck up in people's houses. Doing what? Let us prepare ourselves for marriages, guys. Start with your poverty there alone, rather than being in people's houses and being abused. This is my take on this. I really had to address this to say we cannot all stand here and just be complaining year by year by year by year. The in-laws are mistreating us. The in-laws are mistreating us. The question is, what are we doing about it? What are we doing about some of these things? Because some of these things, when I'm listening to some of these things, they can be avoided. There is no way any of my husband's family member, and I want to believe, I do not want, let me say I want to believe, but maybe there are those ones that can go to that extent, but there's nobody that can come inside my house and just start bringing unnecessary havoc. People don't, there are those ones that are problematic, but then you are within your right to put that person in order. There's no way that somebody can just come from their house and come and cause problems at your house, guys. And also, you must be now accommodative. If you have a party, if you have what, be accommodative. People comes from their houses far away. Because now we have got situations where we go to people's houses for parties, and then some of them will live Yetura or Yeturi now. So you wouldn't want to also go to people's houses when you go to parties and gatherings, but you are just problematic. Be reserved. Know your place. Be reserved. Ne? And when people come over to your house, if there's a party or whatsoever, be accommodative. People must leave your house happy. They come together are to make each other happy. They are not for us to stress one another. You wouldn't want people to leave your house saying, I am never going back there. No. If people come to your house, they've used their petrol to drive to your house, they've used their money to come to your house. Respect those people. They are using their time to come to your house. Be accommodative. Because sometimes we are complaining about in-laws, but we are also problematic, you know. Be accommodative. Let people come to your house and let people leaving saying, oh, okay, oh, you're going now, I'm going back there. People are so friendly. People are so accommodative. I'm going back there, you know. Prepare for the people. Accommodate the people, you know. Not you are going to people's house and like, we went to that party in there. Oh, I'm never going back there. And if you also went to a place of your in-laws' house and they didn't treat you well, it's within your right not to go back there. And just in conclusion, I want to say that we must not forget that we are raising children. Yeah? Those children that we are giving birth to, they are your in-laws' relatives. Yeah? Just as much as they are your family's relatives. Those kids, they deserve to have a fair chance with all family members because it's their family members. You don't know whether they will end up liking the other side or the... Let me just give myself, for example, to say that I personally, I love all my family members, but I am very, very close with my father's side of his family. I am more close with my cousins, more especially cousins on my father's family. I love them. I love all of them, but I'm more close to them. There are some that I can call and say, oh, Teddy, you know. There are some, but those are my father's family. I do love my mother's family as well, but I love my father's family even more because I'm more close to most of them. You know, I'm very, very close. So you cannot just say because it's my child that they're going to love you more. No. I love my aunts more. I'm not as close as I am with my uncles and my aunt because most of them are big and I'm not close to them like that on my father's side. But my mother's side, I love my aunts and I'm more close to my aunts. But when it comes to cousins, I am more close to my cousins on my father's side. We talk. We're like, hey, cousin, we talk, you know, and it happens. You know, it happens. You know, you are not going to wake up tomorrow and say your kids must just love your family. It doesn't happen like that. That is also their kids' family. And for people that we value family, we must put these things into consideration that we are raising children. So let us prepare for marriages, guys. Prepare for marriage. How I entered marriage, I told myself, I'm entering marriage not to go and fight with people and be on top of people's cases. I want peace, I want love, I want to raise my children. Where we found ourselves in a situation where we are like, unfortunately, for us to get out of this situation, we have to face head on head and solve it, we are going to do that. But where I'm just waking up in my house to go and cause dramas, no, guys, man. Let us also prepare for marriages. You cannot enter into marriage like you are entering into an accident. Like you are blindly going where? You don't know your directions. No. Let us call ourselves to order. Let us prepare ourselves for marriages. All of us. When you're getting married, ask your husband, what plans do we have for the future? When we are standing right now, we get married, yes. From here, where are we going to? From here, where to? We get married, we say I do. From I do, where to? Where are we going? I personally, we said I do having our own house fully finished. Then we know we are going to our house. And from there, we have a plot that we are going to build within our marriage. And we are going to prepare our house for our kids for a second house. So that when we are saying we are going to the north, we are going to our house. We are not going to be going to people's houses. You know, I think we need to have the same mentality of entering marriage. And we're not saying these are the marriages that are not going to break. We are saying prepare yourself for things that can be avoided. There are things that we can truly avoid. Your mother-in-law doesn't need to be on your neck if you are at your house. She's at her house. She's not. She can visit you, respectfully so. But if she's visiting you and she's ruining your peace, you tell her straight that maybe this is my house and this does not happen here. Or Tate, this is my house. We are not doing this here. You are doing ABC, which I'm not okay with. Stop it. If maybe she's coming because you two are not taking care of her, then you tell your husband, start taking care of Meme at the house. Because now she's coming to cause drama here and I'm not interested. So start giving her money every month. That way everybody is happy and then you can move on with your life. Find a solution around whatever is going on in your life. But I don't believe that people can come from their houses to come and ruin peace at your house. There are people that are, but I'm just saying you in your house, you have more power. You have more power. Even if it's your mother-in-law, you can put her in a place and say, Meme, what you're doing here is not right. Stop it. And one thing that I've realized is that also people treat you the way you allow them to treat you. There was a person that people deemed very difficult in the family, and sometimes also give people fair chances. Give people fair chances of knowing them. Don't just listen to gossips. Stay away from gossiping in marriages. Don't listen to people saying, that one, kwacha, and then all of a sudden you don't like the person. No, get to know everybody yourself. Don't listen to gossips. Don't listen to gossips. Even if you hear gossips, block them and be like, I want to experience everyone one-on-one. I want to know people for myself. I'm not interested in being briefed about what people are. I want to hear. I want to see with my own eyes. There's a person deemed very difficult, and I'm like, people are not that difficult. And some people also just have their own traumas growing up. And then they tend to do things just because trauma. We must be understanding and get to know people one-on-one. Don't walk around just hearing, that one is a difficult person. People talk too much, and we have gossiping problems in families. And now I don't know to what direction it's heading to. So you also don't be a problematic person. Ne? I don't believe we can be people really standing here to say we are not getting along with in-laws every day. Or let it be an incident where it's an incident, you sort it to go to your house. Or if you see where you are going, the incidents are becoming a lot, stay away. Or if you see there's an incident here and here and here, watch your approach and see how you can, just keep it moving. We have to keep moving, guys. We cannot be a generation of people that just can't get along. Find ways. What I would tell you is that find ways to prepare yourself for marriage. Ne? Prepare yourself for marriage. Don't just prepare for the wedding day. There is a thing of preparing yourself for conflict among the two of you. That one really, we are not going to talk about it because this comes differently. You see, this conflict between the two people, it comes differently, and it's different. It comes differently. The approach is different based on your emotions because there are emotions involved. This is a whole different things. But the thing of in-laws, guys, no, thank you. I'm not interested in that one. Please let us do something ourselves also to prepare ourselves. You cannot just wake up and say, if your in-law is that much of a problem. Sometimes tell these husbands and tell them straight to put their mothers in order. I'm not interested in being up and down with somebody's parents. No, I'm going to tell you straight, your parents are doing ABC. I tell you, no, you don't do ABC. But then I stay in my corner. If you come in my house and you're causing havoc, I'm going to call the police on you. I'm going to tell my husband, call your mother to order, or else I'll call the police on her if she's that much of a problem. Because I can't deal with her anymore. She's too much of a problem. I'm now talking for those that have difficult mother-in-laws, because I think the person that can give you so much trouble mostly is mother-in-laws and father-in-laws, but the ones that comes up on high level is the mother-in-laws. So maybe then you can say, Naaman, find a way. In the end, find peace, but find a way. I don't believe in a person coming from the house to come and bring me problems in my own house. This is a place where I'm supposed to be at peace. If you are messing with my peace at home, then unfortunately, we've got to solve it. You cannot every now and then you're experiencing, and then my mother-in-law said, no, tell the woman straight, Meme, you also had your husband. Or you also have your house. Ne? You wouldn't want ABC happening in your house. I also now have my own house and my husband's. I know he's your son, but he's my husband. And I do not want A, B, C, D, E, F, G happening here. If you are coming here, we must respect each other. I will respect you as my mother. You have to respect me as the woman of the house, as your son's wife. If we are not understanding each other like this, then unfortunately, I don't know. If it comes to that, stay at your house, then I also stay at my house. If you want your kids, your grandkids, I'll send them for holiday, and then they'll come and visit you. They can even come with a nanny to visit you, And if you miss your kids, I'll send them. If you miss us, we will come and visit you for the day, and then we come back home, because then we cannot be together for too long without being on each other's toes. If she's too dramatic, tell the husband, call your mother to order. If not, I'll call the police on her. She will come on track. Just find a way to put her in place that she doesn't repeat that again. But also you prepare yourself for marriage. Don't blindly enter into marriages. That's my advice for today. That's my advice for today, guys. It's a little bit long, but yeah, I have to talk to you guys. Dealing with family members or in-laws that are too difficult. Depending on different scenarios, I would advise you and I would tell you that please prepare yourselves for marriages, all of you. It's very important to have your own money. It's very important to have your own house. Get these two things. Get these two things off the table. If you can, have your own car. Have your own things. Life is just interesting and much easier when you have your own things, when you don't depend on people. When you don't depend on people, have your own things. Buy houses, build houses, guys, build houses. These things of wanting to be elders that depends on parents, it won't work. We cannot sit here and say, no, we are married, but you still depend on your parents-in-law. What are you busy doing at the house? You are there doing what? That's what I don't understand. When you are saying you are adults now, you are adults that you are getting married to go and build your own house. You are not getting married to go and spend time in other people's houses. You are not doing that. I remember one woman back in the days made a joke to me to say, oh, and I looked at her and I said, no, ma'am, we are not building. We are not getting married to come and build your house. We are going to build our own houses. She made it as a joke to say, and on that one, so I jokingly said, no, we are not at the stage of uplifting people's houses. We are getting married so that we go and build our own houses for our children. So we are not gonna build. We are not gonna build there. We are just getting married and we are going to build our own houses, which is right. And also as parents, we must not have a mentality of thinking that people are going to come to make our life easier. No, those people, when people get married, they are getting married to go and make their own houses, and grow their own future. Because when are they going to grow their own future if they are coming to make your house better? Also men, women must not come to your houses to come and make your parents' houses better. They must come to you so that the two of you, everybody must be prepared to leave the house. Just like she's leaving her house, be prepared to leave your house so that the two of you can go and make your own house. That way it's much easier. We are finding a solution to the in-laws. Getting along with our in-laws. Not my in-law this, my in-law this. Find a way to make life a little bit easier. When everybody is at the house, it's much easier. That is my take on that, and I would like you to comment down below. Do tell me what you think about this topic, and what other suggestions do you have. I will see you guys in my next video, and that is it from me, Helma Daniel, and peace out.